All right, what's up, coaches? This is Coach Washi, Port Angeles football. Video number 1 in our 2020-2021 offensive system series. This video is over play calling, nomenclature, and anatomy. First things first, we try to keep things as concise and brief as possible when athletes are communicating with each other in the huddle. In our base tempo, our plays are communicated in through one of our kids, via our offensive coordinator. So we want to make sure nothing gets lost in that game, a telephone tag along there. So what we try to do is to make sure our nomenclature is clear. It talks to a specific position, and the kids understand what each part of that means. They might hear something like green 28. It could be a little bit lengthier, like white stick 60 Cougar. Or it could be a play that has a lot of moving parts, like green saw fly 28 war. The purpose of this video is to break down all of these terms, all this nomenclature, so that we can understand which part talks to which position, and so that we get a base understanding of what it all means. All right, so play calling is organized in the following order: the formation tag, motion, the shift tags, the play or protection, the play tag, and any skill tags or RPOs that are involved in the play. Now, not all plays will involve all of these parts, but if they do, that is the order in the sequence in which they will be incorporated into the nomenclature. All right, so we're going to break down each one kind of bit by bit, starting with the formation. Every play call for us starts with a formation key, or like a base formation. All right, it's important to understand that our offense revolves around these two formations here, green and white. All right, and that any changes in alignment, okay, whether if we move around the wing back or the H back or the tail back, it's all predicated off of these two systems. So every time that we make a play call, it'll start with either green or white. All right. We're going to dive into the specifics of green and white and all the other, all the tags that go along with that in later videos. But for right now, the key pieces that we got to understand is that both green and white are unbalanced sets, okay? And that if you look at them, all right, you'll notice that our line flip-flops depending upon the call. In green, the power guard, inside tackle, outside tackle, all right, and along with the H, wingback, and X receiver, those skill positions are all tagged on the power side of the formation. All right, the quick guard, tight end, and tailback are all tagged on the quick side. All right, in white, that those alignments just simply flip flop. Okay. All right, our formation tags. So how do we deviate from green and white? All right. A formation tag. If a player, all right, will be lining up in any position, in any other alignment outside, of one of those base formations of green and white, a formation tag is listed. Okay, let me give you a couple examples of this without going into them all right now. All right, here's green split. All right, you'll notice, that the base formation is here, okay? So we have our power guard, inside tackle, H, wingback, X, all on the power side. Quick guard, tight end on the quick side, except for the split tag talks to our tailback and tells him to align as the split on the weak side. All right. Next tag, here's SAW. SAW stands for split and wide. Okay. This particular tag talks to two individuals, talks to the tailback, all right, and talks to the wingback over here. It tells the tailback to align. That's split as a split tag. And then it's the wide call talks to the wingback and tells him to align outside of the X. Okay, so those are examples of our formation tags. And there's a few more. There's there's not a huge abundance, but there is a few more that allows us to do more things out of our formations. All right. Move on. Our motions. All right. And what tags a motion? The motion tags are what comes up next. In this particular play call right here, you can see that we have, this is green saw fly 28. okay, we have motions listed specifically for the tailback, the H-back, and the wing back, all right? They're very similar in nature, but they'll be the third part of that nomenclature grouping right here. This is fly motion. It tells, hey, we're in that same saw alignment as before, all right? That fly motion simply tells the tailback that he's going to go ahead and come across the formation, and in this play, he'll be receiving the handoff from the quarterback, okay? The next thing, all right, is any type of shift tag. All right, any type of shift tag. Now, shift tags, all right, essentially flip the side of the unbalanced formation, okay? Flip the side of the unbalanced formation. It's in our nomenclature, all right? A shift tag alerts us that, let me back up just a minute. In our nomenclature, okay, these shift tags, all right, in our nomenclature, the alert call for a shift is the tag stick. All right, the tag stick. This lets the O-line know and the skill positions that are associated with each side, all right, that they are to shift, all right, from one alignment to another upon when the quarterback signals that in the cadence. All right. Now you can see right here we have our our base alignment of green. All right. Green stick would tell, that essentially the inside tackle, outside tackle, H-back, and wing back, that they're going to go ahead and flip-flop to the other side, all right, when they get the call from the quarterback at the line of scrimmage. We do not go ahead and bring the X all the way over. He's simply pushing down, and the tight end will simply widen out. Now, sorry, I kind of got stumbled up on my words there a little bit earlier. It's really not that complicated of a thing. When we come to the line of scrimmage, the quarterback will signal blue, blue, and that will tell the, whoever's supposed to shift, all right, upon, by the tag designation, that it's their turn to go. It looks a little something like this. Here's some old Redmond film for us to take a look at. Once again, nothing crazy complicated, but it can allow us a major advantage in the defense if they do not compensate. So here's what it looks like. All right, once again, you can see the inside tackle, outside tackle, H and wing back, all flip-flop sides. All right, the tight end expands, and the X receiver comes down into that tight end position, and they're ready to go ahead and run their play. All right. Now, green stick simply flip-flops the side of the unbalanced. However, we can also get into other formations from this with tags like green stick over, green stick divide. That allows us to flip the unbalanced side and put guys into other positions at the same time. All right. Once again, it can be extremely advantageous in an offense like this. All right, moving on. All right, I'm going to go back just a little bit here. All right. The next portion we're going to talk about is the play call itself. So when you take a look, the fifth thing in the nomenclature order, it will always be either the play or the protection for that play. For instance, here, it's the last thing listed because there is no skill tags or anything else off of this. So green saw fly 28. 28 is the actual play that's being ran. For our base run plays, okay, our base run plays are designated by units of 10s, 20s, 30s, or 40s. And that simply tells us, all right, who is carrying the ball. All right, if it's the play call starts with a number 1, that would be the quarterback. If it starts with a number 2, all right, if it starts with a number 2, that would be our tailback. All right, if it starts with the number 3, that is the wing back carrying the ball, like on 37 counter. If it's a 4, that would be the H-back, all right, and the H-back will occasionally have an opportunity to carry the ball, like on on 4 ghost and whatnot. The the second number in the series, right, dignifies where the ball is going, all right, or sorry, the play itself and the direction, all right. So, that being said, even numbers are always going to the power side, all right. Odd numbers are always going to the quick side. What we need to remember is, so in green, it's as simple as saying, hey, even numbers go to the right, odd numbers go to the left. However, in a white formation, all right, that 8 hole is now aligned with the power side on the opposite side of the formation. So it's not as simple as right and left. The kids need to understand, is it going to the power side or is it going to the weak side? And then the second number also aligns with the gap distribution throughout the line of scrimmage, okay? Essentially, sorry, I lost my mouse, 2, 4, 6, and 8. You can see this is, green saw fly, 28. Quarterback's going to hand the ball off to the tailback. So that's where we get our 2 from. He's working around the line of scrimmage, okay, and coming out the 8 hole, all right? Next portion of play anatomy there would be our play action passing stuff, all right? Play action passing, all right? Any type of naked, all right? Naked. If it is all right, so here's the example, green, 18 naked switch. Green, 18 naked switch. So our play call, our play designation area is 18 naked, all right? The naked tag tells us that the line blocking will stay the same, right, for this play action passing concept. Like we continue to still have 2 pulling guards, all right, because they're just faking the 8 play, right? But the naked tag tells the quarterback that he's going to go ahead and he's going to roll back, all right, against against the strong flow. Other types of play action passing, if it is a play action pass that is designed around the power series, right, those get essentially a P city, all right? So Pittsburgh or Portland, all right? Now, they may or may not, all right, those, if they're not going to keep the same offensive line scheme, if we're going to use a different protection for here, like if, for instance, in Pittsburgh, we use a different offensive line scheme and we are hinge protection, but the backfield action stays along with the power scheme, hey, we go with Pittsburgh. If it is a spin series play, right, in which we're going to be using a spinning quarterback, right, that will go off of an S city like Seattle or Spokane. Dropback passing is always dedicated off the protection, and then we use a mascot name to identify those plays, like Raider or Cougar or Badger or whatever that might be. Okay, to getting towards the end here, last thing is the play tag, okay? The play tag itself. A play tag, all right? What a play tag will do, hold on, let me get my notes real quick. Anytime that we have a play tag and we're changing the assignment of a particular position or positions. For instance, here in this is green 28. Okay. Generally, the wingback's assignment is to help to seal the defensive end before he moves to the number 2 backer. If we get a tag like the war tag, all right, that just tells him, hey, rather than help to seal the end, all right, the war stands for wing and receiver. They will switch jobs with the H-back. They'll seal the force player, and it'll send the H up to the number 1 receiver. So that's an example of a play tag. All right. And then last but not least, we have our skill or RPO tags. Skill and RPO tags, what they do is they just change the route combination. Here is an RPO tag off of our 6 play. So here's green wide brave. That signifies the RPO between the wingback and X receiver. Okay. Here's green saw 13 Yankee. Green Owl 4 roll. These are all examples of just some different RPOs that we can run. We can also use this space to tag an individual receiver. H wheel. Y seam, those sorts of things. All right, so that's pretty much it for this one. We'll get into huddle procedure and whatnot coming up next.